Episode 3, and quat, Memento Mori and quat, Latin for and quat, remember you must die and quat winking face cranks the existential dread to max while weaving in high-stakes revelations that tie back to the very origins of No Man's Land, picking up right after the emotional wreckage of and quat, Unforgiven, and quat, we get a deeper dive into the crashed Earthship from EP 1 to 2, the one carrying that mysterious young girl who's been zeroing in on Vash. Eric's like a beacon. The title lives up to its grim promise. This episode is all about mortality, legacy, and the inescapable cycle of destruction humans and plants have been locked in since the Big Fall centuries ago. Meryl and Millie's investigation hits a major breakthrough. They uncover archived data from the derelict ship revealing horrifying truths about the original colonization, how humanity's early exploitation of plants led to the catastrophic crash that stranded everyone on this desert hellscape. It's not just history, it's a warning. The girl, let's call her the quat, locator kid and quat, for now, is no random survivor. She's a descendant or agent tied to Earth's old fleet remnants, carrying a message that's equal parts plea and threat. The incoming rescue fleet in 6 months isn't just salvation. It's coming armed, ready to and quat, reclaim and quat, the planet, plants included, no matter the cost to the current inhabitants. Eric's Vash gets pulled deeper into the fray when the girl confronts him directly, forcing a flood of suppressed memories, flashes of Rem Saveram's final moments, the original Knives' betrayal, and Vash's own role in the endless conflict. The hermit caretaker, revealed to have his own dark past as a former plant engineer who profited from the exploitation, steps in to protect them both during a brutal ambush by opportunistic raiders, or are they Knives' scouts testing the waters? Wolfwood returns with more menace. His cross-punisher gets a workout in a tense standoff, and he drops cryptic lines about and quat, debts to the dead and quat, that hint at deeper ties to the gung-ho gun's remnants. Big moments. A stunning flashback sequence to the Big Fall, rendered in haunting detail with exploding colony ships and dying plants screaming in silent agony. Eric's almost snaps, his hand twitches toward lethal force for the first time in years, but he holds back, whispering and quat, Memento Mori and quat, like a mantra of his own guilt. The episode ends on a chilling cliffhanger, a holographic transmission from the approaching Earth fleet, showing warships and a commander declaring and quat, No Man's Land will be cleansed, for humanity's future, and quat, Knives' shadow looms larger than ever, watching from afar. The vibe? Brooding, philosophical, and relentlessly tense, like staring death in the face under twin suns. It's Trigun's signature blend. Action bursts amid profound questions about life, death, coexistence, and whether redemption is possible when the cycle of violence started long before you were born. Slow build dread with explosive payoffs, pure and quat, final phase and quat, intensity. Studio Orange goes all in on atmosphere in this one, and it pays off massively. The flashback to the Big Fall is a visual masterpiece, massive colony ships tearing apart in zero-G, fiery debris raining like meteors, plants' ethereal glows flickering out in agony. The CG shines here, seamless scale, dynamic camera work, and particle effects that make the chaos feel apocalyptic. Present-day deserts contrast beautifully, stark, sun-bleached isolation with heat waves distorting the horizon, amplifying the theme of inevitable decay. Gushing character expressions hit new depths. Eric's haunted eyes during memory floods are gut-wrenching, the girl's quiet determination pops with subtle micro-movements, and Wolfwood's scarred smirk carries real menace. The soundtrack elevates it all. Tatsuya Kato layers echoing, mournful motifs over sparse piano and swelling orchestral dread, syncing perfectly to the Memento Mori mantra. Action choreography remains fluid. Gold. Non-lethal gun fu with weighty impacts and dust clouds that feel tactile. Gentle nudge. In the extended flashback and dialogue-heavy revelation scenes, the CG can still show minor stiffness in facial sync during longer monologues, especially when emotions run ultra-high. It's a small quibble in an otherwise stunning episode, but it occasionally reminds you it's 3D rather than letting you fully sink into the tragedy. Fans of the style will eat it up, though. It's immersive, cinematic, and pushes the series' visual identity forward. And Memento Mori is the kind of episode that lingers like dust in your lungs, dark, beautiful, and unflinchingly honest about the cost of existence. I'm obsessed with how it expands the lore without info dumping. The Big Fall ties everything together, making Knives' rage feel justified, even if monstrous, and Vash's pacifism more tragic than ever. The incoming fleet has a new antagonist layer. Genius, suddenly. Hope has teeth. Millie's optimism feels like a lifeline amid the gloom. Meryl's fire burns brighter, and Wolfwood's ambiguity keeps me guessing. Humor's sparse. A quick Millie quip about and dying for banana splits and lightens one beat, but the emotional weight is crushing in the best way. Honest critique, it's heavy, very heavy, so if you're not ready for philosophical sci-fi despair, it might feel oppressive. But it respects Naito's roots beautifully, building toward that final confrontation with maturity and grace. Overall feels haunting, profound, and peak. Trigun, reminding us that love and peace means facing the deadliest truths head-on. Crossing fingers for EP4 to explode with action while keeping this depth. Full Knives return, more on the fleet's agenda, and Vash finally stepping out of the shadows. If Stargaze keeps this trajectory, it's not just ending the story, it's redefining it. Remember, you must live, fight for it.